Understanding masculine and feminine energy helps us to all be more complete individuals. For example, men who can tap into their feminine are usually more artistic, creative, able to communicate their emotions, which is more attractive to women. Vice versa, women who can tap into their masculine are less likely to collapse into the damsel in distress syndrome or codependency. There's a concept of yin and yang where the feminine energy is considered to be passive. When I studied in India, I learned a different dynamic where the feminine energy is considered to be more passionate and the masculine holds the space for that dynamic energy. The properties of the masculine, Shiva. He holds the solid base and is a container for the dynamic feminine. He is choiceless, observer, space, dispassionate, stable, and attached. The properties of the feminine, Shakti, creates the passionate dance of life on the stable masculine lap. Dynamic, desire, passions, changeable, creation, nurturing, and vulnerable. Men and women should have both masculine and feminine energies. In fact, in every relationship, you'll notice there's a masculine and a feminine role play. There's also an internal balance of masculine and feminine energy inside each of us. So how can you balance your masculine and feminine energies inside yourself? In the Kiss Connection video that you'll be practicing this week, I teach you how to balance those energies of giving and receiving. So it's really important to not get stuck in either role. For men, learning how to receive and to give that energy back, and for women also learning that they can open their hearts, receive, and give that energy back. And just doing the KISS meditation, you'll notice that sometimes you go more into feeling and sometimes you go more into observing. So it's going to help you find that nice middle line that you are able to feel your emotions but also be able to observe them and stay calm and not reactive. I've had people have amazing breakthroughs by doing that KISS meditation, just breaking down crying or having much deeper connections. I taught that at a conference, and one of the men said his female partner had been really stiff when she first sat down and was facing him, and over the course of doing that KISS connection meditation, she began to cry, and at the end when they hugged, there was just really this sense of vulnerability and closeness, and that came from doing that KISS meditation. So I know when you get to doing that video this week, it's going to help you have some very profound breakthroughs as well. Now that you understand the balance of masculine and feminine energies inside yourself, we can talk about how you can find that balance in relationships with other people. It's really common now to see this gender role reversal. Women have become a lot more like men, and a lot of men have become a lot more like women. So how can men and women learn to dance together and to learn to make love in everything that you do? First, you need to understand the concept of the dance between the male and the female energy that make up this whole world. In Tantra, that's called the lila, or the love play of the world. And the idea that masculine and feminine, when they come together, they can create life, they create the whole world and everything around us. So instead of fighting with each other, you can actually see it as a way of making love. There's an amazing story in Tantra, and it's about the goddess Kali. And if you see this image of her, she's holding a sword and standing over Shiva, the male god, and it looks like she's about to kill him. But the actual story was that there was a battle, and that Kali, the female goddess, was sent to protect the world and kill the demons. But she became lost in her emotions and impassioned, if that sounds familiar to any women watching this. and in that kind of drunkenness in her emotions, she lost sight of what she was originally doing. And instead of just killing the demons, she started destroying everything around her, which is maybe like a bad day on PMS. And so in that moment of being lost in her emotions, the other gods got really worried, and they said, she's about to destroy the whole world. So they went to the god Shiva, who was her lover, and they said, can you go and stop her? You're the only one who can stop her because she loves you. So Shiva went onto the battlefield, but instead of trying to stop her with force or fighting with her, he laid down in front of her. And in that moment when she saw him, she remembered that she loved him, and she was calmed and she was pacified. So I think if we bring this into how this applies in modern relationships, it's really an idea of masculine energy being able to hold a space for the more passionate and emotional female energy. So maybe the next time you find yourself in a situation, men, where a woman's being very emotional, instead of putting a wall up and shutting yourself down, you can actually just hold that space, maybe by breathing deeply, and really just be the observer, but stay present. And I think you'll find that will really diffuse anger and these other strong emotions a lot faster and help to bring that male and female energy to a place of balance and harmony and bliss instead of conflict.